Most men start their mornings with a familiar ritual, a cup of coffee to shake off the night. But what if I told you that the care you don't give your body, particularly to a part often overlooked, could be quietly impacting your energy, confidence, and even something as simple as going to the bathroom? Hello, I'm Dr. Mohit Kara. For over 30 years, I've walked alongside thousands of men, especially those in their 60s, and beyond, helping them reclaim vitality and safeguard what matters most: their independence, their dignity, and their health. You see, the male body is full of quiet messengers, and the penis, often dismissed in later years, is actually one of the most revealing signals of your overall well-being. From heart health to prostate function, and even early indicators of diabetes, this part of your body often speaks loudest in the stillness of morning. In this video, I want to gently walk you through 7 simple, practical, and doctor-recommended steps to support your health from the moment you rise. These steps aren't about vanity or discomfort. They're about circulation, protection, longevity, and peace of mind. And I encourage you to stay with me through to step 6, a subtle habit most men overlook, yet one that can reveal the earliest signs of concern. Addressing it early could mean years of greater confidence, freedom, and ease. Before we begin, feel free to subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss any thoughtful, health-focused guidance created just for you. And if something in this video resonates with you, drop a 1 in the comments. Your voice helps shape the care we provide. Now, let's begin gently, simply, and with respect. Step 1. A morning inspection. Look before you go. This may sound unusual, but it's something I've recommended to every patient over 60. Take a quiet moment to observe, no shame. No judgment, just awareness. Yes, it might feel unfamiliar. Many of us were raised in a time when these topics weren't discussed, but after decades of medical care, I can confidently say some of the most serious health concerns I've diagnosed began with a simple, quiet observation. Infections, subtle skin changes, even early signs of cancer. These often show up not with pain, but with faint cues: redness, irritation, small bumps, or unexpected discharge. These are not just surface issues. They are your body's early warning sign. And when noticed early, they can often be treated easily and effectively. One of my patients, George, 67, noticed something simple: a patch of dry skin that wouldn't go away. He brought it up during a routine checkup. What we found turned out to be early, treatable, and entirely manageable. But had he not paid attention, had he waited, things might have turned out very differently. And if you're uncircumcised, this habit becomes even more important. Gently retract the foreskin and check underneath without rushing. It's just a few seconds of presence, like checking the oil before a long journey. Not a burden, but an act of wisdom. Not fear, but care. This quiet practice may seem minor, but once it becomes a rhythm in your mornings, you'll begin to know your body better and recognize when something feels off. That awareness is powerful, but this is only the beginning. Because what you drink even before you get to the bathroom can shape how your body functions for the rest of the day, especially in the areas we tend to neglect. Let's talk about that next. If you're still here and these gentle reminders are helping you reflect and prepare, feel free to type 1 in the comments. It tells me you're here and you're choosing to walk this path with care. Now, let's move into the second step. 2. Hydrate first, urinate second. For many years, 7, as a doctor, I'd wake up and head straight to the bathroom without a second thought. It was instinct. You feel the pressure and you respond. But through my work with countless men over 60, I noticed something interesting. The men who aged with steadiness, clarity, and fewer urinary issues. They shared one small morning habit. They drank water before relieving themselves. At first glance, it seems counterintuitive. Why drink when you already have to go? But inside your body, after 7 or 8 hours of rest, a quiet story unfolds. Your body is naturally dehydrated. Your blood is thicker, your circulation slower, your kidneys under strain. That first sip of water acts as a gentle wake-up call. It signals that your system can begin to flush waste, and it supports the pelvic region with fresh hydration and renewed circulation, especially where it matters most. I've heard many men tell me, "Doc, After just a couple of weeks of this, I felt the differenceless strain, better flow, stronger mornings, and I believe them because I felt it too. It's like warming up an engine on a cold morning. You wouldn't push your car to full throttle after sitting all night, so why do it to your body? I keep a glass of room temperature water by my bedside. Before I even stand up, I'm already nourishing the system that carries me through the day. Try it and let your body surprise you. And now that the inside is waking up, let's talk about gently getting your blood moving on the outside. No gym shoes required. 3. Do the 60-second warm-up stretch. I used to think stretching was only for athletes or those who practiced yoga activities reserved for the younger crowd. But over time, I began to feel something deeper in my body each morning. Not just stiffness in my knees or back, but something slower, something quieter, a sluggishness in my circulation, in how fully alive I felt. That's when I discovered that gentle movement first thing in the morning does more than ease stiff joints. It gently stirs the blood, it awakens presence, and most importantly, it brings circulation back to areas of the body that matter deeply, the pelvis and the groin. Here's the truth many overlook. The penis is a vascular organ. That means its health relies heavily on proper blood flow. And when we've been lying still all night, especially as we age, circulation to the lower body slows, almost to a standstill. But the solution is beautifully simple. Just 60 seconds of light stretching. No fancy equipment, no sweat. I like to stand by the bed, inhale deeply, raise my arms slowly, and gently twist from side to side. Then I lift each knee, one at a time, as if marching in place. This small act helps reawaken the nervous system, reestablish flow, and quietly support both erectile health and urinary control. Many men I've worked with are amazed by how different they feel after just 1 week. More confidence, better flow, fewer urgent trips to the bathroom. And it makes perfect sense. Just like an engine runs smoother when it's warmed up, so does the body. Now that your circulation is moving again, I want to pause and bring your attention to something even more revealing, something your body shows you each morning, yet most of us overlook. If you're still with me and these insights are blessing your mornings, feel free to drop a 1 in the comments. It's a quiet way of saying, yes, I'm here and I'm learning to listen. Let's continue. 4. Check your morning erection. What it means. Let's be honest. This is the moment where many men laugh it off or shift uncomfortably, hoping to move on. But I want to speak plainly, with care. Your morning erection is not a joke. It's one of the most honest, natural indicators of your health, especially your cardiovascular system, your hormones, and your nerve function. You don't need to obsess. You don't need to journal it. But just notice, was it there this morning? Was it strong? Did it last or fade quickly? These are not trivial observations. This is your body speaking. When you wake up with a healthy erection, it's not just a random occurrence, it's a sign that blood is flowing well, that testosterone is circulating, and that your nervous system is still communicating clearly. It's a quiet assurance that things inside are still working in harmony. But when that signal fades or disappears altogether, especially over time, it's worth listening. I remember Ray, one of my patients, 72 years old. He hadn't experienced a morning erection in over a year. At first, he chalked it up to aging. But when we looked deeper, we uncovered the early signs of cardiovascular disease. We caught it in time, not because he had pain or obvious symptoms, but because he finally paid attention to one small change he almost ignored. This is why awareness matters, not to alarm or shame you, but to gently remind you, you have more influence over your health than you may believe. And that begins not with fear, but with attention. Let's move now from what you observe to what you do. Because what happens in your morning shower, something so routine, it can either nurture or quietly harm your health in ways many men never realize. 5. Clean but not too much. For many years, I believed what most men do. A strong soap and a hot shower meant you were doing things right. A vigorous scrub seemed like the key to staying clean and fresh. But as I got older and after treating hundreds of men in my practice, I came to understand something I wish I'd known sooner. When it comes to the penis, more isn't better. The skin in that area is delicate, finely balanced, and protected by natural oils and healthy bacteria. Harsh soaps, Scalding water or over-scrubbing don't just wash away dirt, they can strip away that natural defense, leaving skin dry, irritated, even cracked. What follows may feel like a mysterious burning or rash, but often it's simply the body reacting to being over-cleaned. I've seen this more times than I can count, men arriving at my clinic, worried, only to discover the cause was too much cleanliness, not too little. Today, I gently recommend lukewarm water, a mild unscented soap, and a soft approach. If you're uncircumcised, gently retract the foreskin and rinse force. No rush, just like brushing your teeth. It's not about how hard you scrub, it's about doing it with care and consistency. There is quiet dignity in tending to your body, with reverence. These small moments in the shower done with mindfulness instead of habit can shape how you treat yourself the rest of the day. When you care for yourself without shame, you begin to move through life with more peace, more confidence. And what you do after that shower, what you place on your plate each morning, that choice can either build on your career or slowly undo it. Let's take a look at what a truly penis-supportive breakfast can look like. You might be surprised. 6. Fuel with a penis. Friendly breakfast. Growing up, I never gave breakfast much thought. Like many men of my generation, I'd grab whatever was quick and familiar: eggs, toast, maybe a few slices of bacon on a good day. But as I entered a new season of life, both as a doctor and as a man, I began to see just how meaningful that first meal really is, especially when it comes to supporting sexual health, urinary strength, and long-term vitality. What you choose to place on your plate each morning is more than fuel. It's medicine, because food directly influences your hormones, your circulation, and even the health of your prostate. And the truth is, our typical breakfast habits rich in processed meats, sugars, and refined carbs are quietly working against us. Foods loaded with saturated fats and sodium can lower testosterone and hinder blood flow, particularly to the most delicate and vital parts of your body. These days, my mornings look different. I enjoy a warm bowl of oatmeal with walnuts, chia seeds, and a handful of blueberries. Sometimes, I'll add a hard-boiled egg or a slice of whole-grain toast with avocado. This kind of breakfast doesn't just taste good, it delivers powerful nutrients like omega-3s, antioxidants, nitrates, and zinc, all of which support stronger erections, more energy, and greater overall wellness. I remember Thomas, 68 years old, who tried this simple change for 1 month. He came back smiling and said, "Doc, I didn't realize food could make that much difference down there." But it can, and it does. So, if you've never paused to wonder what your body truly needs at breakfast, not just to fill you, but to heal you, maybe today is a good time to begin. Because small, intentional choices at the table can ripple outward into every part of your life. Now that your body is nourished and ready, there's one more habit I want to share. It's one that most men never even think about, but it's silently shaping how well your body functions each day. 7. Sit less, move more. I remember it clearly, sitting down with the morning paper, enjoying a long breakfast, only to stand up later and feel stiffness in my hips. At first, I ignored it, but as the days passed, that stiffness turned into sluggishness, even numbness in places I hadn't expected. Curious, I began exploring the connection between how we sit and how we age, and what I discovered changed my daily rhythm. You see, when we sit for extended periods, especially in the morning, when our circulation is still waking up, we place pressure on the pelvic floor and restrict blood flow to the lower body. And for older men, that lack of movement doesn't just lead to discomfort. It impacts erection strength, bladder control, and even the health of our pelvic tissues. Over time, it can increase the risk of pelvic floor dysfunction, a term many men only hear after symptoms have already arrived. But the solution? It's beautifully simple. I began setting a timer. After breakfast, I'd get up and take a short, gentle walk, 5 to 10 minutes. No workout clothes, no gym, just a quiet stroll through the house, to the mailbox, or down the hallway and back. It may seem small, but that small movement wakes up the body, reopens circulation, and helps the systems down there begin the day with ease. One man told me, "That little walk made me feel like my old self again." And I understood exactly what he meant. We were never made to stay still. We were made to move with dignity, with grace. And in that movement, we preserve not only function, but freedom. One man once told me, "That little walk made me feel like my old self again." And I believed him because I felt it too. We weren't designed to stay still. Our bodies were made for movement, for gentle rhythms that preserve our strength, our function, and most of all, our dignity as we grow older. Now, if you've stayed with me this far, I want to leave you with something deeper. Because what we've been talking about isn't just about the body, it's about how you feel inside. Final reflections from Dr. Kara. If you're still here, I want to thank you not just for listening, but for caring enough to show up for yourself. That's something we don't talk about enough. For many men, especially in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, the very idea of tending to their own body, especially something as personal as the penis, can feel awkward, maybe even unnecessary. But the truth is, there's nothing more courageous, more self-respecting, or more powerful than choosing to pay attention to your own well-being. These 7 habits, starting your day with a mindful inspection, hydrating before you urinate, doing a gentle stretch, noticing your morning erection, cleansing with care, eating with intention, and simply moving after you sit, they're not medical miracles. They're small acts of awareness. But woven together, they send a quiet message to your body. I'm still here. I'm still listening. I still care. I've looked into the eyes of countless men who once believed it was too late to make a difference, too uncomfortable to speak up, too far gone to try. And I've seen them reclaim strength, restore function, and reconnect with a part of themselves they thought had disappeared. Not because of pills or promises, but because they made the decision to start paying attention. You don't have to do everything perfectly. You don't have to fix everything today. But if you start small and stay gentle, your body will respond. Sometimes in surprising, beautiful ways. Your health is still within reach. Your confidence is still alive. Your sense of control, of being grounded in your own skin, it's still there, waiting for you. You only need to believe this. You're worth the effort. If something in this message spoke to you, I invite you to share it with a friend or leave a quiet word in the comments. Let me know which moment stood out to you or what part of this journey you'd like to walk next. Because your story matters, and it's never too late to write a new chapter. If this message helped you in any way, please give it a like. It tells me that these words made a difference. Share it with someone, a brother, a friend who may be carrying silent questions of their own. And don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss the care, the guidance, and the quiet encouragement we're building here for your health, your confidence, and your quality of life. You are not alone on this journey.